My name's Erin Dunne and I'm an artist who draws, but for this exhibition we decided to move past traditional drawings on the wall and we wanted to think more about what the audience is going to do when they come into this space. The exhibition journey has been an interesting one, full of twists and turns. I don't think I could have anticipated it. I think it started really as a completely different exhibition than it is now. It really was. The concept was totally different. The way that I was thinking about the space and engaging the viewer was totally different. So the process itself has been challenging and rewarding in equal measure. It's a way that I've never worked in before, where I've had to consider the needs of the audience so significantly. Like really, the audience is at the centre of the exhibition, it's not actually the works, and so that's a new way of working for me. I'm really pleased that I've been pushed into working that way, because now as a sort of an emerging professional artist, I have this swag of skills to put in my professional portfolio, and if I want to approach an institution from further afield, I have the toolkit needed to work with them very professionally and to continue reaching new audiences in a way that I might not have been able to if I hadn't engaged in this process.
Rockhampton Art Gallery offers a number of opportunities for artists living and working in the region. For us, as we engage someone in a 12-month process, we need to know that at the end of the 12 months, you know, the 2 weeks when we go into install, that the exhibition is going to be delivered. So for us, it's a two-way street on identifying an artist who has desire, capability, and then also capacity to deliver.
I like drawing in the same way that some people like skydiving or driving fast cars. There's nothing more thrilling to me than sitting or standing in front of a blank piece of beautiful rag cotton paper with, you know, freshly poured ink in a bowl and some weird drawing tools from the kitchen and the shed and the bathroom aisle at, you know, Chemist Warehouse, and just being confronted by the expanse of white in front of you and knowing that any mark you make is totally permanent. There's no going back from that, and I just find that thrilling. So I was born in Rocky. I grew up on my parents' cattle property 2 hours southwest of Rocky. My mum was an artist and an art teacher, and so we were allowed access to her studio from the day that we could walk and talk, and I guess her studio really was the whole house. Like, she was making art out in all of the public areas of the house, and we were in that, amongst that all the time. It was just a blessed childhood. There were just days that stretched on endlessly of being down the paddock and left to sort of run free. So I think that background, that upbringing there, has made Waruna, that's the name of the cattle property, and that house that I grew up in, it has made it into this kind of monumentally significant time capsule of my childhood. And so that is why Waruna and the house that I grew up in recurs in my practice. So today is Wednesday. This is the third day of our install for house, and you can see that the walls are painted. They're finished being painted. The space is still a bit empty. We haven't gotten around to filling up the space with all the different things that are going to be in here yet. But we've still got Thursday and Friday to go before the opening. So it should be looking really good by then. It tends to come together fairly quickly at the end of the process. The silhouette that you can see on the walls is a reference to the silhouettes that you see as you drive around Rockhampton. They're sort of very subtropical tree line, lots of palm trees and the silhouettes of houses, and it references the content of some of the drawings. So once everything's in the space, that will become evident for the viewer. I mean, the shadows are insane.
Shadows are beautiful.
Look at that. That's what's going to happen with the big house.
That's so gorgeous. Isn't that awesome? That's gorgeous.
Yes, I mean, I guess
that's
if you had them
amazing.
sticking out on a pin. Are we still having the little AstroTurf stools? Because they'll suit perfectly, I think. Yeah, that looks great with the stools actually, the double AstroTurf. Yeah, I'm really impressed. Yeah. It's been a long preparation process, so we were in all day Friday, all day Saturday, all day Sunday. I roped in all of my family members, so we spent a lot of time sanding ply, a lot of time priming ply, and a lot of time painting it with spray paint, and we've had lots of volunteers who've been really helpful making bases and supports to keep the supply standing vertical. So yeah, it's been a long process and there's a bit more to go, but it's going well so far. I think it's coming along really well. Cool. I love the turf looks great. Yeah. My hope when people walk through house is that they see reflected back at them what it's like to live and work and play in central Queensland, what it's like to be from here, and to see that interpreted through my eyes and with a kind of poetry and a distillation of those things. It's opening night, everybody's outside lining up, there's quite a big crowd. I'm feeling really excited about letting people into the show and also a little bit nervous, but everything looks terrific and I'll be in here soon, so I hope it's going to be a great night. So now that the show is finished, all the finishing touches are on and it's installed, I'm really thrilled. I walked out this afternoon and I felt this huge sigh of relief and also this huge kind of feeling of pride that we'd pulled off such an enormous amount of work in such a short period of time. So I'm really, really thrilled with the outcome and super appreciative of all the people who helped me get to this point.
My first impressions, coming from someone who's seen it from like the very first idea all the way through, walking through and seeing the final lighting, the positioning of all the objects, and the people and the kids playing on the kids table, cutting out their houses, is really awesome to see it kind of all happen and all in place.
When you come through the show for real, you'll get a little bag with things to make. Brendan helped with that, he did a really good job. And it's absolutely beautiful. Yeah. That's from Bunnings.
Some input too.
What's that? Nothing. You just about own the design, I think you can just about paint. The boys did such a good job, didn't they?
Oh, they're wonderful.
I wasn't expecting how much I didn't remember. I think that Erin's captured a lot of detail and a lot of memories in her paintings.
Working with Erin was really good and I'm really happy I got a chance to help with the behind the scenes stuff of the exhibition, and it was really enjoyable actually working on all of that. I had a really good time.
It was really kind of heartwarming to be able to walk through the show with my family and see their reactions. I think that the show is never quite fully alive until there's an audience, and I think particularly in this kind of show, because it's opening night, the shelves are still bare and people haven't contributed their artworks yet. So I think to be able to walk through with family and finally see people in the space just feels amazing, and it's really sort of special to have people that are so close to me and so dear to me walking through the space and sharing what I've been working on for the past 6 to 12 months and what they've been working on with me, because they've been a huge part in helping me put the show together. And it was particularly special to sort of be in the final room with them, which is about the childhood house that I grew up in. But obviously all my siblings also grew up in that house with me and my parents were there. And just to hear their recollections when they saw different parts of the house in the video, because they had different memories that I hadn't necessarily picked up on, and yeah, that was really interesting. And I don't think we've really had a conversation about that old house because it doesn't exist anymore now for years. So that was lovely.
I'm just a happy nana tonight.
I'd like to thank you again for being here, and I really hope you enjoy the show.